Morning, Spurs fans. I've woken up cranky. I'm having a coffee and a nicotine supplement device to try and balance me as a human being, but it ain't working. I've got a bee in my bonnet this morning, and it's a bee I have floating around my bonnet quite a lot. And it's all about director of football and, to a certain extent, ownership and money in football. So this one, I'll try and keep it not political, but I can't promise. I'll try and stick to the football. And it's something whenever I mention on other people's challenges, channels here, I can't even talk properly. I always question, why does anyone need a director of football? Why? And the answer always seems to be based around, well, that either, and I'm not trying to demean what people are saying, I'm trying to summarise it. It's either that's what everyone does, or there's too much money in football and it's very complicated for the manager to take control of it. And I 100 somethings disagree with that. So I want to drink my coffee, but I want to talk at the same time. It ain't working. Right. Back in the day, you had local clubs, or even further in the day, you just had, people kicking a pigskin around. And then one village, maybe, they've got a mill owner that exploits all their workers. So they think, I want my team to win. So he says, right team, have some nice boots. Go on, knock yourself out. And then they start winning. Everything. So old textile manager or owner in the next place, or landed gentry, thinks, well, I can't have my team suffering. So he buys them some boots and some nice kit, and they start winning everything. Then you get some twat down here, some arse, and they start bringing players in from different places. So the team no longer represents what the local area means. So football is a very simple game. Football is an enjoyable game. People have always loved it. Kings and queens have tried to ban football. Go and look that up in your history, because it was subversive. Oh, we can't let these people get out of control, enjoying themselves, kicking a footy around. Sorry, I said footy. I know that's Australian. So, I'll summarise so far. We, the people who enjoy watching football, did not ask for you pricks with your big sacks of Monopoly cash to come into the game. All right. Now, what these owners do now is it's like money got to a certain point in the game, and I reckon it was probably the late 80s. I think it was the late 80s when I first heard of this term, football director. Is because you've got all this corporate smear and jobs for the boys that we can't trust millions and millions of pounds to football managers. It's like, this is the endeavour you're going into. It's football. What the fuck do you know about it? But all of a sudden, at some point, the money reached a critical mass in the late 80s where a football manager, someone like Brian Clough, these kinds of geniuses of the game, can't be trusted because of the too much money. Listen, football has not changed. You're managing a squad of 25 players. You're trying to sort out who comes and who goes. That's it. And then you've got academy teams and youth teams and all that. So why do we now need a director of football calling the shots, earning millions of dollars? I don't understand it. I just don't get it. What has that got to do with football? That is a purely business financial thing. For the likes of bloody Simon Jordan to have a bloody wet dream over, because he always sticks up for the owners. I saw a clip of him. He's saying, players get paid too much. Isn't that always the case with these business owners? They want to milk every last cent out of people that they employ. They want to milk every cent out of them, underpay them, and then overcharge customers. And you know what that makes? That makes profit. That makes profit. That's all profit is. How much do you underpay your workers and how much do you overcharge your customers? That's profit. And then they cream it in for themselves. Now, football has kind of had a fairly good job of limiting how much money goes in directly into their pockets through profit. Man United have let the ball go on that, with the Glazers taking dividends. But even when these owners aren't taking dividends, they're paying themselves a nice little wage. How much is Alan Sugar's protege, old Karen Brady, getting at West Ham, eh? How much is she earning? Well, 1.1 mil, something like that. For what? What do they do, these people? There's almost this fetish about wealth now, that if you've got money, you must be doing something. You must be a bloody genius or brilliant. Let's take Daniel Levy. What does he actually do? What does he do for his rather generous remuneration? What does he do? Does he do work, or does he just make? He just makes phone calls. Yeah, fucking. I can't remember what he sounds like. Let's do Alan Sugar. He said, "Yeah, you fucking do that, you fucking muppet." There you go. What a hard piece of work that was, Alan. What a genius. Daniel Levy. Oh, well, I've got lots of money. What shall I do with it? Hey, hello. Can you buy up lots of working class properties in Tottenham, stick a bit of paint on them, or knock them down and rebuild them, and then flog them? Cheers. There we go. Oh, genius. Genius. And then arseholes like Simon Jordan say the players are being paid too much. Well, where does he want the money to go? And he's got this arsehole, he comes out with this arsehole phrase, oh, well, you know, let's put it into grassroots football. Like trickle-down economics. How's that working for you? Trickle-down economics in football? Do me a favour. If there's lots of money in football, I think and there is no mechanism for it to go down to lower leagues or whatever, because the Premier League and FA and UEFA and FIFA, they're all snouting away. Then it has to go at the players, doesn't it? Because the alternative is it goes into the back pockets of these twats make phone calls all day, not even all day. Knock it down and fuck them off and build another one. Yeah, it's another million. Yeah, genius. Oh, he's such a good businessman. Simon Jordan. Simon Jordan, what a wank. Simon Jordan, this is the sort of wanker he is. I'll give you 3 reasons why Simon Jordan's a wanker. Can't remember what sparked it off, but he was talking about racism, and he says, well, don't talk to me about racism. I know everything about racism because I was the only white kid where I lived. So I know what racism is, so I tell you. It's like, if you think that's what racism is, mate, you're a wanker. Number 2, he's always on about snowflakes and freedom of speech. People are too soft, aren't they? Too soft. You can't say anything these days without being banned. And blah, 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 blah. Trevor Sinclair, though, he had a pop at the Queen after she died, and lost his job at TalkSport. Where was Simon Jordan in his freedom of speech then? Where was he? I can't remember him. I can't remember him on Twitter or on the show saying, "Oh, it's an absolute disgrace that Trevor Sinclair's lost his job. Freedom of speech, blah 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 blah." No, and then the Gary Lineker one. Well, he can't have freedom of speech because he's employed by the BBC and the government, which means he speaks for everyone and the government, so he can't have a voice of his own, can he? Absolute wanker. So of course a twat like that is going to say, "Oh, I'll pay the players less," and moan about the state of entitled players. Well, they're the workers, aren't they? I know they get paid a lot of money, but Jesus, where's the money going to go? Because either it's going to go to players or it's going to go to reducing ticket prices, which ain't going to happen. So I'd rather it go to the players than the pockets of people that have come in and fucked our game up the arse. People that come and screwed our game. It was perfectly fine. We didn't ask for it. We didn't ask for all these money people to make it their own personal playthings. It was totally all right. People used to go, enjoy themselves, let a bit of life, a bit of release of the humdrums of life. It was fantastic. And now, because all the money's come in, and these people want to make more money, they have to make it appeal to people that didn't love the bloody game in the first place. Sanitise it. Talk about, oh, let's make it family friendly. We need to make it, stop swearing. Don't you swear. You can't swear at a football. Fuck off. What? You can't swear at a football game? Get out of it. Oh, we've got to make it family friendly. So what we're going to do is you all have to sit down, clap politely, and remember, if you've got a small impressionable child on them, get them to look up the screen, because there's some Paddy Power adverts on right now. Get your kids gambling young, so we can start squirting, milking a bit of money out your kids, because by the time they're 18 and they can legally do it, if they haven't been already, they're going to be brainwashed to just think, oh yeah, I've got a bit of money spare, I'll just go and fucking gamble it. Family friendly, my arse. Anyway, I've had enough. I'm going to finish my coffee and my nicotine supplement, and I've got over 100 subscribers, mainly thanks to Saba, who just basically just kicked people in the head last night until they subscribed to my channel. Just bludgeoned them. So that was very nice. Thank you, Saba. So I might do a couple of videos during the day. I've got fuck all else to do. I might try a live stream tonight, which I've no idea what I'm doing. And don't give me any advice though. I'll figure it out. I can see people already. Just do this. Do Google it. Look, I'll figure it out. And if I get it wrong, I get it wrong. But I get it wrong on my terms. So I might give that a go later tonight. I think I've got another. It's about. Oh, here we go. It's 7. No, fuck you lot. You can work it out. It's 7:30 Sydney time. So wherever you are in the world, you can do the maths on that. 7:30 p.m. It's Sydney time. I might set up a thing or something. I don't know what I'm doing. But anyway, I feel a bit better after that. Oh, isn't it nice to let it all out? See, this is what football used to do for people. Now I've got to sit and fucking phone and try and get the same thing, just whinging to myself. Anyway, thanks to all the new people that are subscribing and all that, and see you later. Come on, you Spurs!